a lot of GABI, and like immediately a warning and say that dropped frames, maybe it's lagging now, but it looks fine, hopefully. Yeah, I don't see the lag, but it's telling me it's supposed to lag now. But whatever, right? GABI, of course, the best new main character. Gets used to it. She's here to stay. And one thing I didn't know, but I felt that Genki vibe from GABI. I think I really liked her voice actor, right? So of course I checked out after the episode last week. I was like, who's doing GABI? And then I realized, what am I hearing when GABI is talking? Well, who am I hearing? Who am I hearing, from the best girl? Who am I hearing? Well, of course, who I'm hearing right is, of course, Yotsuba. So I was like, wait a minute, she's Yotsuba. So genuinely, if you ever go and look at my quintuplet videos and horror anime, right, rom-com anime, quintuplet, of course, the best anime ever. It's Yotsuba. It's my main girl. Seriously, Yotsuba, in my opinion, is by far the best girl, the Genki sporty girl, right, in quintuplets. And she, of course, is voiced by GABI. Same voice. I was like, oh man. She's Urikan, so on too. She's Yotsuba. That's what I'm hearing with GABI. She's super Genki. Just like Yotsuba. It's basically Yotsuba inside of Attack on Titan world. That's what I'm hearing. I'm like, yeah. Now I get it. That's what I'm hearing. But anyway, let's watch the episode. So 3, 2, 1, and go. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm hearing Yotsuba. That's what I'm hearing with GABI. Now I get it. She's super Genki. It's Yotsuba in World War II, killing people. Now I get it. It's also Urikan, so from My Academia, but I heard a lot more Yotsuba. The Genkiness of being like, oh, I killed the people. You see that? They died. Oh yeah. But anyway, Marley time. More Marley. A lot of Marley. So this is one of the best characters in Zeke and so on. So yeah, get used to the Marley storylines. I like to touch how the window is broken. Yeah, the window is like very randomly broken. It's a good detail here. How is the window just staying afloat like that? How is the middle part? Oh, whatever, I drop it, but I was like, wait a minute, how does it work actually? Probably open now? No? That's a good open time. Come on, anime. Tricking me like that. That's a good anime open time. Looking at the birds right, they're just like, let me explain to you. And then I see the things falling in the nukes. Come on, perfect. It would be perfect open time. Oh, whatever. I want to see my GABI. Where's my GABI? Come on. There we go. Seeking his crazy strategies. So as we know, Zeke has some, I'll say it, some issues with Paradise. He's like, I want revenge, right? And I got crazy strategies. It's nice detail you get in the shadow of the window on his face, there's neck there. Definitely good detail. It's like, didn't go so well with your last mission over there. Like, you lost a lot of power last time though. I don't know if you did at the end. Man, that didn't go so well last time. Yeah, it's like, maybe no hate his father, right? Okay, that's open time, yeah. So of course Zeke is like driven by his desires for his crazy plan, but also generally it's like, well, I want to, go back to Paradise and like. But like general is like, last time you were in Paradise, that didn't go so well for you. It's like, no, but I want to go there, man. And next time it's gonna go better. So yeah, now we have the nuclear opening, which is just a lot of bombs. Probably the least spoiling opening ever in history of Attack on Titan, right? It's just so much bombs. Just bombs. Bombs and bombs. I move the chat a bit. Better. Yeah, and the opening is... In this sense, I like the opening. I like controversial, right? So I like when the opening is like... Everyone is like, this is the worst opening ever. And some people are like, oh, this is the best opening ever, right? So... But yeah, hello, bro. The opening, I like the opening because it's so different, and people are fighting if it's a good or bad opening, right? You know, with all these nukes and shit right there, it's all exploding and like. It's the least spoiling opening ever, though, or it's the most spoiling opening ever because it's kind of like what they're gonna do, right? Like a lot of bombs. The world's gonna be destroyed. Suppose so. But I like the opening. I said last week, I like the whole idea there. That it's like a Marley propaganda opening. It's basically looking at the Marley, World War II Germany's propaganda opening. This is like a propaganda video from them. We will do this to everyone else. It's like, yeah, I see where you're going with this. Yeah, like, okay, good. Join us or we nuke you. It's like, yeah, that's a good point. Hopefully now we get into the... But yeah, hello everyone, and going into the actual meat of the episode. So this is then Zeke's sidekick. Let's call him sidekick, right? Yeah, sidekick. So as you probably noticed last week, it's been in the anime earlier too. But if you look at the arm right, he has the star. Again, I said last week, it's, you know, it's supposed to be the Jewish kind of David star kind of thing, right? Put the brand on them. And as you can see, Zeke has a red one too, right? Because Zeke is like the commander LDN kind of guy. Right? He has a red instead of a blonde one, right? And also kind of... No, it's like a TV. I wasn't even TV here. Suddenly it's like... yeah, this happened with TV, right? Suddenly it's like it's like a news banner, like it's a storm in this city now. So it's like, yeah, suddenly they cut into the window. It's like, well, it's okay, no, it's gone. Yeah, it was like, that's what happened watching TV, right? It's like, I mean, this season is very, very different. Everyone expects it to be very different. If you liked season 1 to 3, you might hate season 4, right? Because it's very, very different. Or maybe you love it then. I don't know. It's like, it's very subjective. As you can see now, it's all about the Marleys, right? I think the background is interesting because we saw the war last week, and they were kind of fighting some kind of East Asian or Middle Asian country. Oh no, he's like, those people are scary. Zeke has a lot of nightmares. No, okay, it's Reinar, but Zeke too is like, they have a lot of nightmares. Like, I remember Mikasa, she was very scary. It's like, yeah, okay, those goddamn Ackermans are super scary, right? Oh man, it's best girl time soon? I think so. I think it's best girl time soon. So you can see he has a red... it's a red insignia there, so he's like a, you know, a higher ranked Eldian in the army. Oh, here we go. You're gonna show the Ymir thing? Yeah. Oh, interesting. You're gonna show the whole Ymir. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can't wait. I can't that way. Come on, they were like Ymir. I can't that way. Come on, anime. We're finally gonna reveal Ymir thing. Well, I guess it's like you can kind of assume haven't Ymir, right? Man, her plan was so stupid in her season. That was so stupid. Man, Rainar's depression is half the anime. It's gonna be so much Reinar being sad. Oh my god. Oh, finally! Here we go! The real best girl. Forget about GABI, he's the best girl. He's the real best girl. Oof. Man. You're finally gonna see the true best girl. Look at her. Look at her smile. Ooh, fan service. This is like the highest level of fan service to take a Titan, yeah, more or less, or maybe seeing kind of flex sometimes. It's like, this is what we get, you know, there's the highest level of fan service we get to take a Titan, right? Seeing Pieck like, just kind of showing, I don't know, her wrist or something, yeah. And that's a really bad. Oof. It's finally time for GABI and Falco. Oof. Look at her. The true best girl. It's going to Pieck, of course. Oh yeah. And these are the crazy people. Look at Gabi's eyes. Look at Gabi. She's like, Gabi's always mental. Yeah, she's like staring at them like, oh, I want to be dead. Oh man, this is so cute now here. She loves Reinar, yeah. She's like, Onishan! It's gonna go into like a freaking... See? It's gonna go into like a, you know, a cute, wholesome anime now. She's like, Onishan! Oh my god, I love you! Yeah. You're gonna go into this weird anime now where instead of being like... So happy she get Reinar. Yeah, Reinar-san! Look at her. She's so happy now. So Falco is kind of like the... I said he's the man with sympathy and actual reasonable personality. He's like, wait, isn't this war wrong? Yeah, he's the guy like, should we actually kill people? This is wrong to me. He's the guy that's like, you know, maybe we should stop this World War thing. That seems great, right? But of course, Gabi is like, can we murder more people on this show? It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, you know, Reinar is constantly gonna have this PTSD issues. He's like a guy coming back from a war. Constant, it's gonna be like, Annie, Bernholt, it's gonna be like that, the whole system with him. Ooh, interesting. That's a very interesting, so let's talk about it later. That's an interesting little hint there, clearly. They were like, oh, look at this angle. That's new, that's an anime new stuff there. That's definitely new in the anime, yeah. And this, of course, also fits very World War II Germany, where they have all the aliens in a train, moving all the aliens to somewhere else in the train, right? I think it's pretty clear what it's hinting to if you read history, right? It's pretty, you know, having all the aliens here stuck up together in a train and so on. Yeah, it seems pretty, like, obvious what it's pointing to. But of course, the higher ranked people have their own little, yeah, they can have their own share and, like, sit there. But okay, they're kind of happy, though, because they're drunk on the fumes of war or something. Oh my god, so Falco gets to be in the rich place. Yeah, he gets to be the good place there, man. See, so Falco is like, maybe we shouldn't kill people. It's gonna be his whole thing. He's like, I don't like this thing we're doing here. Like, Reinar, should we really kill people? It was a good scene, though. It's like, you better show them that you're loyal to them, right? Ooh, that's a good Reinar scene. I like how they get in the... So the whole thing here, right, is that of course they're forced to fight for the evil Marleys, right? And Gabi loves it, though. But Falco is like, yeah, sure, I love to be part of this war. Please don't kill me. Yeah, like, you know. I mean, Gabi, of course, is like, woo, war, right? But he's like, I want to go out, but... Yeah, if you leave, you know... You either fight for us, or you die, right? Or we kill you. So... Yeah. Either you join us, get a good armband, right? Or we will murder you. It's pretty much, it's a very nice, wholesome anime time. Absolutely. Poor aliens. So this is the, oh yeah, this is the main, it's a waltz. Oh man, see, now this is gonna be this ridiculous, see, now we're going to like Marley's happy life. It's gonna be this super weird episode. And Gabi's super happy, she kills some people, she's so proud of herself. She murdered like tons of people, and she's like, oh yeah, awesome! Oh, more Pieck, good. We need more Pieck. We need more Pieck. It's a lot of head patting. Stop trying to make it a nice anime. There are a lot of little head patting. There's so much head patting in this episode. Stop trying to make it look like a nice, you know, head patting. Start trying to make some more anime. God damn it. Falco again is clearly the brains of the anime. The sympathy guy. It's like, wait a minute, I don't like what's happening here. Oh yeah, so here they ghetto. Meeting their families. Um, look at Oneshan here. Oh man, you can see the Pieck is clearly the hottest Oneshan ever. So now it's like a weird scene, right? Because now everyone's happy, they meet their families, and it's all like, oh my god, yeah, dead, and gotta hang out with their families again and have like a Christmas, and yeah, and of course Zeke, loves his, because remember, Zeke betrayed his parents, and his grandparents liked it. His grandparents were like, we should betray your own kids because they're evil, right? They were fighting against the evil, the good empire, right? Yeah. So it's always all like wholesome family time. Yeah, it's Reinar of Kazan and everything. She has a red band, look at that. Her mom has to be a higher ranked alien because her son is at higher rank, so you gotta be a higher performance there, right? With your here's that, of course, is the injured alien. It's a very interesting scene here. The mental broken aliens. So as you can note here, they have gray signals. Yeah, they have the gray ones. They are lower ranked, right? They are the really lower ghetto aliens. Yeah, they're all mental and injured and so on. That's what you can see in here. Look at Gabi! This is why everyone loves her! It's like, it exploded and they all died! It was awesome! Yeah! I mean, she's like the worst psychopath ever. She's like, oh my god, I'm so Genki, I murdered everyone! Like, she's sitting here, at home. It's like a nice family reunion. She's like, and that guy that murdered them, and he was awesome, and so many people that died. Oh my god! And the family's like, oh, you killed so many people, honey. What a warrior you are! Yeah, you murdered so much people. Great day, honey. So proud of you, right? And of course, Reinar is like, yeah, people died. It was not good. You can see how insane Gabi is. He sits there and he's, explains to her family, right, how much people she had murdered yesterday. She's like, oh my god, I killed a whole city. It was awesome. And they're like, oh my god, Gabi, you're the best, Gabi, you're the best. Like, yes, great, Gabi, great. Great job, Gabi, yeah, you killed those poor people there, yeah, those poor random enemy country, yeah, they're all dead now, good job, Gabi. She's Genki in the worst possible way ever, gotta love it. And of course Falco is her opposite, right, he's going around trying to help injured people and trying to, mend for people, right, of course. So you can see Reinar has a huge amount of doubt, I guess, right? And depression over being in the war for so long and so on. He stopped. And obviously he lost many of his friends. But then Reinar, it's a character, right? Because really earlier in the anime, Reinar had a lot of issues with being that he was so deep undercover in the alien. So he was like, am I a good guy now? He's supposed to almost start thinking like he was part of the crew, right? So he went too deep undercover, right? They could barely snap out of his... spy position, whatever you call it. Interesting, making the rain here, like the reflection of the rain with his face here, makes it look even more depressing. Ooh. Yeah, and his mom's like, what? You don't like the army anymore? Well, that embarrassment. Yeah, see, his mom's like disappointed now. You don't like the army. Yeah, you can't come here and say anything that's not good. You don't want to kill people anymore. Like, what's wrong with your son? Come on. Family embarrassment, coming back home and saying that it's not okay to murder people. Man, Reinar, an embarrassment to his mother and the rest of his family, right? Huge embarrassment. Come on, man. Yeah, so you can see why, his mom is like, it's awesome killing people, yeah. Like, don't listen to your Nishan, Gabi. You're supposed to kill everyone. It's like, yeah, okay. And then someone, I guess, jumped off the roof there. Someone was tired of. Yeah, what was that scene? That was very quick there, but look at someone, you know, deleted himself. Someone was tired of the war, so they jumped off the building there. So yeah, now Gabi's confused now. Here's the people that pushing the jump then. That we saw there. Of course. Ooh. I like that Pieck is giving us some assets in there. Very good. Yes, very good. Very important getting all the Pieck scenes. Yeah, they started the trilogy with all those delicious Pieck scenes. Very, very good. I love how they all use it. They're like, whatever. Yeah, just gonna slip on this couch there. So you're gonna be the strategy of getting revenge. Those goddamn Eldians. Oh, nice. They might show the map here now. Okay, they made cool to show the map here. I would love to show the world map. That would be interesting. If they went into actually explaining the globe there. Oh yeah, so this is the Tiber family. Traitor family. Or the good family, depending on how you view the world, right? Depending on whose side you're on, yeah. Depending on who you want to win the war. Yeah, I can make more Pieck scenes. Yes, Pieck Shan. Pieck Shan knows what's up, as always. Gabi's a good girl, but she's not Pieck though. She's not Pieck, come on. Yeah, the hero of the Marleys. I keep wondering, honestly, if the globe is accurate, if the world globe is accurate, because they've never shown the world map. So I would love if they can hint to the world map. Of course, Zeke is all about we need to get back to paradise. We need to get the freaking those goddamn Eldians right. Goddamn Eldians. Now, of course, the beings. This is kind of interesting to see here because, of course, the Marleys are bugging them. Yeah, of course, the Marleys are, you know, constantly spying on them, right? Those goddamn Eldians. They are like, they will never gonna trust the Eldians, right? So of course, they're spying on them using the. Yeah, but it's a good scene. Yeah, they're like, oh, so they're still with us. Good, good. Still wanna fight them. And to no surprise, GABI is the best fighter they have. Yeah, of course, GABI. She's GABI. She's best at everything. Of course, she's the greatest fighter they have. Come on, have you seen GABI? She's the best fighter ever. Ending. It's probably longer than last week because last week they kind of cut into the ending, so it might be a little news in here. More walls. Interesting. It looks like the last wall actually. That city there, I don't think it's actually paradise. It looks like the plateau in the end. Interesting. And then we see this is how Falco starts, of course, when he looks at the sky in the Earth episode. So it's a little bit more of ending here, yeah. And that's kind of how and then there's more birds here. They do really love having birds in the ending. We saw it last week too, but of course now the ending is longer here, so it's more birds and Reinar and GABI and and whole. This is what the ending started last week, when Falco is staring at birds and explosions and more nuclear. So now it's probably the same ending like last episode. Yeah, with the kind of Phoenix thing going on there. And this, as I mentioned last week, I think it's branches, right? Branches. I think the point here is to have branches, right? When it kind of sparkles around. That's my interpretation of it. Is that it's a branches in. No, obviously it's. I mean, that's obvious what that means there. Very clearly what that means. And he's trying to, grab the bird again. So much bird frog. All the time. Okay, preview. Okay, it's Reinar childhood backstory. Ooh, and Annie and Kenny, yeah, so... Yeah, it's a backstory episode. It's gonna be more about. It's gonna be a lot about Reinar hating himself. That's what the backstory is about. It's Reiner's childhood backstory and young Annie and so on, and young Kenny and so on. But yeah, it's all about that. Right? It's usually about Reiner's issues with the war. That's a half the anime now. It's Reinar being sad. It's Falco being like, maybe shouldn't kill people, and Gabi being like, I killed everyone. Let's review the episode. Let's go first back to. Okay, it was the best scene though. This was the best scene though. Let's talk about, Gabi. No, let's talk about. So it's Falco and Reinar staring off each other, right? So the episode, I think, is the best part of the episode, right? If you ignore, of course, best girls and so on, we talk about the actual content of the storyline with Pieck and Gabi. Awesome, but from a storytelling aspect, right? So the way it works is kind of like, they use their force to fight, right, against the Marley enemies, and they give them alcohol and so on, right, and they send them into war, and they kind of, whatever, do your best, right? And what Falco, of course, represents kind of like the human side of it, right? He's the guy like, wait a minute, didn't we like kill a lot of people? Didn't we like murder 1,000 people over there? Isn't that wrong, right? So of course he's trying to kind of like, wait a minute, I don't want to be a warrior anymore. I don't like this, right? But Reinar instead actually has the exact same issue like Falco, right? He's tired of the whole war thing, but he has to pretend, I suppose, right, that he likes the war. Right? But he knows that if you're an alien and you're like, actually Marley guys, I don't want to fight anymore, right? They cut you, right? So he knows that you have to at least pretend to be a part of the war, right? So that's a huge part of the episode, that because you can see that Reinar is, I guess, depression, so kind of melancholy over that he's regretting that he killed his friends, right? He's regretting that Bertolt died and so on, right? He's regretting a lot of stuff, right? A lot of guilt, a lot of PTSD over that guy. And he can see himself in Falco, right? And Falco is like, actually, I don't want to do this. But of course, he's pretending it. And I think the mom scene later on is quite good too, right? Because you see Gabi, of course, called Gabi, right? He's like, oh, the war was awesome! I killed so much people, right? You see Gabi being all happy. Gabi is all super hyping all her murders, right? She's like, oh my god, I killed like 10,000 people. It was amazing. That's right. Where of course Reinar is like, maybe we should stop fighting, right? And then his mom snaps at him, right? His mom is like, stop! You can't come here and say that the war isn't good, right? And talks to Gabi and like, don't listen to Yunisha. He's a moron. The war is good, Gabi. Kill more people, right? So. You can understand why Gabi is just like, I don't know, psychopath that loves murdering people, right? Because she's like, well, everyone told me that I'm awesome at murdering people. Where, of course, Reinar used to be, I suppose, to some extent, right, like Gabi. So it's an interesting scene there. They're having this, the family kind of reunion, eating food together, kind of Christmas meal together, right? And Gabi sits there and Gabi's all hyping it. She's like, oh my god, you should have seen me, mom. There were so many dead people. Gabi's like, you should have seen it. I killed everyone. It was the best thing ever. Man, it was beautiful. What was that scene? Here it is. She's so happy. Here it is. She's so happy. She's so goddamn happy. She's like, oh, it was an explosion, and they died. I love Gabi. Yeah, she's all like, there were so many dead people. It's like, and see her dad is like, good job, honey. That's my daughter. Yeah, you killed all those people. Very good. It's like, goddamn it, the Marley alien lifestyle. Yeah, the wholesome family life of being proud of all her deaths around her, right? And of course, Gabi is the best at everything, right? Marry Gabi, best at everything. Best fighter, best at strategy, best at lying about surrendering, best at crazy plans, right? So that's a Gabi, right? You gotta love her. You gotta love Gabi, how she's. But anyway, there was some more to course too. Of course, we saw Pieck finally, right? The really true best girl, or Gabi. So yeah, we saw that thing, right? We saw how Gabi appears, right? And it's all happy and dandelies about it, someone, right? But what more can you say, right? Pieck, of course, the red titan, right? It's just added there, and yeah, there's a lot of Pieck. Pieck has a lot of good characterization. He's like an interesting character, which isn't I mean, one thing good with this anime, right, is that there's a lot of grey characters. People have said that Gab's a great character, but she's like the most lawful evil character ever, so I wouldn't really say so. But characters like Yin, right? Yin's my favorite character, right? And except of course Gabi and so on. But Yin's a very good character, and I think Pieck is a good character too, because it goes into that also being kind of a strategic character that is kind of, how I say it, she kind of like, yeah, I'm joining this army because of these reasons, but I'm not really for it. I'm just doing it because, so, where Reinar has like, he joined the army, right, making his mama proud, and then is regretting what he did, right? Pieck is more like, she never liked it to begin with, but she was like, I have to do it, I guess. She was always kind of like, so Pieck is a very intelligent girl, right? She's always kind of like thinking about it from all the sides and so on. Which makes her an interesting character, I think, at least from a lot of aspects, much more than I think many other characters who are kind of like black and white, right? Even this anime, I think there's a lot of characters that are kind of black and white, kind of like Eren, which is kind of like just kill everything, right? Eren, of course, is like quite that character is like I want to murder everyone. Where Pieck is more like this might be an interesting strategy, right? There was a lot of hints in this episode. There was one scene that I think was very interesting, and I don't think that scene is in the manga. Could be wrong. It's a very interesting scene where he kind of zoomed out, and because last episode they had Yin in this episode, right? In the last second, that was very clear. So they had Yin there, and there's one scene here, kind of when he entered. I think I can find it. It's a very short scene. They kind of hinted to a character. Pretty sure that's not in the original. This scene here. Here we go. Find it here. So. I won't say what it means, of course, but it's an interesting scene because I'm pretty sure that this is anime only scene. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was a very interesting scene. Like here, it's like a character staring at them leaving. Very specific scene. Of course, I'm pretty sure what it means, right, from like my angle. But this, I think, is an anime only scene where you kind of like, look at that scene. Kind of like a shadowy figure staring at Reinar and the kids, the little warrior, little warriors. So the interesting, that pretty sure is an added scene. Just like last week how they had Yin picking up a newspaper, right? And for that matter, I say it here again, I was the report now, but I think this is a completely meta point story, but it irritated me honestly, because I went to look at some Mashup reaction, right? Look at my own beautiful face, right? But there was so many comments on YouTube channels, different channels, where they were like, no one saw there was Yin. And I was like, I said it was Yin like 10 times in my last reaction, during my reaction. So people are commenting on my video like, why didn't you say that it was Yin? And I was like, I said Yin's name like 5 times last week. I said like, oh look, that's Yin, my favorite character, it's Yin with the newspaper. I said Yin like Yin. And for some reason still, I get the comments like, why didn't you say that it was Yin? Did you miss it was Yin? Don't you love Yin? And I'm like, I kept saying it was Yin. I'm just saying, guys, I don't get those comments. I'm like, I said it was Yin several times. Sorry, I digressed, but when I pointed out, and I was like, holy shit, I said Yin like 10 times, and I still get the comments that you didn't say it was Yin. I was like, I said it was Yin. But whatever. Let's move on. But I was thinking about that when I said, like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? But yeah, obviously, Pieck is a really good character. I would say. Probably the best girl of the anime. After Gabi, of course, because everyone loves. Look at Gabi down there, right? With her murderous rampage, right? But I think the episode is interesting in a sense because it's starting to. We saw it later too with Falco, right? Late after this, and here next thing with Falco is gonna meet those injured people, and then we're gonna see him, being all sympathetic and trying to help them and so on, right? Whereas for Gabi instead is like, I will murder everyone, right? So you kind of have a very, very grey and white, right? If Gabi is very lawful evil, almost chaotic evil, because she's like, he's going to murder everyone, but lawful evil though, because she's following the Marley rules, right? Falco is chaotic good, right? He's like, well, I want to do what I want to do, right? I want to do what I think is right. So they have a very, very big alignment difference, right? And still has a kind of romance going on there, right? So they're very like black and white, very, orthogonal difference, right? Yeah, yeah, I guess so. They're very, very different from each other, right? So they kind of each other's different foil, right? Which is of course the big thing, right? I think they will do Rainar's backstory. Yeah, in one episode, next episode. The preview was all about Reinar. I think they're gonna do the whole Reinar backstory. I like that they also hinted on the Annie backstory a little bit too, because we saw Annie and Kenny and there was all younger Annie and so on in the preview. So they're probably gonna do the warrior backstory in one episode. I think that this anime here now they're trying, so last episode 2, I think they're trying to really pace it out faster, right? Because this part here is the least highly rated part of the whole manga. People are like, oh shit, it was so long, right? I think they're definitely trying to compress all these backstories and this political drama to a shorter bit, right? Like showing Yin last episode. I think they're trying to hurry up to get to Yin and so on. I think they're trying to be like, let's minimize the backstories. That would be my guess from like a meta standpoint, because it's really created to compress the episodes. But anyway, yeah, I kind of like the whole GABI and Falco dynamic, right? They're very, very different. She's super for the war, like she's obsessively favor of Marley wars, and he's of course incredibly against the Marley wars, right? And they're kind of getting that bigger and bigger. And Reiner's kind of in the middle. He's trying to reconsider his position. He started like GABI, now he's like Falco, but he doesn't want to admit it, right? So he's going back and forth between that, right? So I think that's probably how it's gonna be, right? But it was interesting, that dynamic. And of course, as you see here, it's all about the Marleys. If you're gonna follow the Marleys for a long time, right, and trying to get the revenge and so on against those poor Eldians, right? And also, yeah, I think one last one note again. I like the detail. I like the detail there, how they are different, right, between their emblem, whatever you call it, the armband, right? So yellow armband, that means that you're an LDM. That's kind of like fighting for the Marleys, right? It's kind of that thing, right? The other armband, the red armband, right, means that you're either like you're higher ranked alien, so like you're Reinar, you're a Titan, right, with powers. But his mom also get the red armband, right? So by helping out that, by having a son that is achieved something, she's got like a higher status inside, right? So it's very forced to be like, you want to be this proud warrior, right? Because then your mom gets a better life and so on. So that's kind of into why Reinar wants to be a good warrior, right? Want to be a good son because his mom's got a better life, right? And as we saw with the Falco scene, these like injured aliens, they're kind of like crazy and useless. They get a gray armband, right? So the gray thing is like, oh, that's like the useless aliens. They get a lower rank. They have less money, right? They get a crappy life. So there's 3 different levels of alien. You can be a gray alien, so you're useless. You can be a yellow alien, it's like the middle thing, right? And you can be that, yeah, how I say it? I guess like the proud, the achievable alien, right? That you have a little more food, you get some alcohol, you get a little more rewards, right? So that system is interesting too. Of course, it's like basically if you're a red alien, you are you're working with the Marleys, right? You're kind of like working with the evil Germans, right? You're kind of joining their side, right? So they reward you a little bit. But of course, it's still actually, if it's so quickly there, they're still bugging the room, right? So they don't trust them anyway. Even if the red aliens, they're like, well, we have to track them what they're saying and so on, right? So obviously the Mars are like, they're gonna attack us anyway. So it's a lot of mistrust, right, between them, so on, right? But yeah, it's a good episode. And next week then we're gonna get the Reinar backstory. Yeah, we're gonna get the Reinar backstory and see what's gonna happen, right? It'll be interesting to see how they're gonna, react and behave and so on, right? It's interesting. By the way, see you guys. Have a great rest. Of course, tomorrow we're doing Golden Kamui, of course my favorite anime, and of course Evil Demon